breaking news out of Atlanta, and it could change everything. The Falcons just made a move that no one saw coming, and it has fans fired up. Could this be the turning point we've been waiting for, or is it a sign of something bigger happening behind the scenes? Hold on tight, because what's happening right now might shake the entire NFC South. Let's break it down, and trust me, you don't want to miss a single second of this. Falcons fans, let's go! We've got some big-time news to kick off your weekend. The Falcons just made a move that's got everyone talking, and it starts with one name, Ryan Neuzil. That's right, Ryan Neuzil is officially back in the building. After showing up to OTAs without a deal, the Falcons finally locked him in with a 2-year contract worth up to $9.5 million, including $6.4 million guaranteed, according to ESPN's Adam Schefter. That's not just a small signing. That's a major move to secure the center of our offensive line. Now let's keep it real. Just a few weeks ago, we were panicking. There were serious questions about who would snap the ball to our rookie quarterback, Michael Penix Jr. We started thinking about Plan B, shifting guys around, even trying out Matthew Bergeron at center. But now, crisis averted. Neuzil is back, and he's ready to lead that line. This is huge, not just for the offense, but for building that chemistry early with Penix. Last year, they only played 9 snaps together. That's not enough. This year, they've got to build trust, timing, and rhythm from day one. And that starts right now in OTAS. With Neuzil in place, the Falcons don't have to scramble. No more converting guards into centers. No more guessing games. We've got our guy. The line is set, and Penix has his protector up front. And while the offensive line is taking shape, there's another storyline heating up, and this one's emotional. Young-Ho Koo, one of the most beloved players on this team, is coming off a tough year. The guy has hit clutch kick after clutch kick for the Falcons. He's been ice cold under pressure, a true weapon. But last season, he dealt with a painful hip injury that eventually landed him on injured reserve. It was his roughest season yet, and you could see he wasn't himself. Now here's the twist. The Falcons are bringing in competition. They signed Lenny Craig to a 3-year deal to battle Koo for the kicker job. Yes, it's likely a team-friendly deal, but still, the message is loud and clear. No one's job is safe. Koo is still under contract through 2026, but this camp could be a fight for his future. Can he bounce back? Can he prove that last year was just a fluke? Or will the new guy rise and take his spot? The pressure is on, and Falcons fans, it's going to be a wild ride. What do you think, Falcons fans? Are you confident with Neuzil back at center? And should Young-Ho Koo have to fight for his job after everything he's done for this team? Drop your thoughts in the comments and rate your confidence in this roster from 1 to 10. Let's talk about it, because the season starts now. Explosion. Young-Ho Koo, the man who saved us time and time again, the guy who drilled clutch field goals when our offense couldn't even find the red zone, now has to fight for his job. And honestly, it's tough to watch. Look, I get it. This is the NFL. Nothing is guaranteed. You want the best player on the field at every position. But let's be real, Koo has earned his place. For years, he's been one of the most reliable Falcons on the roster. When everything else was falling apart, he was the one guy who kept putting points on the board. But here's the truth. Even legends get questioned. Raheem Morris, the new head coach, made it clear back in January. At his end-of-season press conference, he didn't hold back. He looked the media straight in the eye and said, "We missed entirely too many kicks this year." That's the brutal, honest truth. And he's right. Missed kicks change games. They crush momentum. They turn wins into losses. Morris is thinking big picture. He wants to win now, and that means making tough calls. So yes, bringing in Lenny Craig to compete with Koo might feel harsh, but it's part of building a championship culture. No one is above competition, not even Koo. But let's not ignore the other side of this, Falcons family. How many of those missed kicks were really Koo's fault? Think about it. Pre-snap penalties, holding calls, illegal formations, wasted timeouts. These mistakes killed drives before they even had a chance. Half the time, Koo was being asked to clean up messes that never should have happened. You can't expect your kicker to be Superman on every fourth down. If we want fewer missed kicks, how about we stop settling for field goals and start finishing drives with touchdowns? Let's be honest. You don't need your kicker if your offense is doing its job. You put it in the end zone, and guess what? No one's even talking about missed field goals. But all right, let's shift gears now because there's another big update that just dropped. The Falcons' full preseason schedule is here, and it's time to circle those dates. The action kicks off on Friday night, August 8th, inside Mercedes-Benz Stadium, and guess who's coming to town? None other than Dan Campbell and the Detroit Lions, the team that shocked the NFL last season. Now, don't expect to see many starters in that game, and it's preseason after all, but it's still the first real look at what this Falcons squad is building under Raheem Morris. Then, 1 week later, Friday, August 15th, the Falcons will run it back at home again, under the lights in front of the Dirty Birds, this time against the Tennessee Titans. And this one, it's got a twist. Calvin Ridley, the former Falcons wide receiver, is coming back to Atlanta, but this time he'll be wearing Titans colors. Will he suit up for that game? Will he take the field inside the stadium he once called home? The drama writes itself. This preseason might not count on the scoreboard, but it's going to mean everything for position battles, chemistry, and setting the tone for the season. Let's hear it, Falcons fans. Do you think Young-Ho Koo deserves to be in a kicking battle, or has he already proven enough to keep his job locked in? And which preseason game are you most excited about, the Lions showdown or Ridley's return with the Titans? Sound off in the comments and let your voice be heard, because this season, it's personal. Strong. All right, Falcons fans, let's keep this rolling, and because things are getting real interesting in the preseason, if there's one preseason game that has fans buzzing the most, it's that Week 2 matchup against the Tennessee Titans. Why? Because that's the game where we might get our first real look at some of the young Falcon stars. Names like Jalen Walker, James Pierce Jr., Billy Bowman, Xavier Watts. Players fans are dying to see in action. Guys who could be future starters. Guys who could change this defense. That game could be the beginning of something special. But that's not all. This could also be the first true test for our offensive line. A chance to see how well they protect our quarterbacks, how they handle pressure, and who's ready to step up. The Falcons have been rebuilding this line for years, and now we're about to find out if it's finally coming together. And then there's the biggest question of all. Will we see Michael Penix Jr. take the field? Will Calvin Ridley suit up in his return to Atlanta? And what about Kirk Cousins? Will the veteran quarterback get any snaps in the preseason? Look, I believe Cousins will play at some point. You don't pay a guy that kind of money and let him sit all August. But when and where he plays, that's still a mystery. The coaches are going to play it smart. Then in Week 3, we hit the road. The Falcons will travel to Dallas to face the Cowboys on Friday, August 22nd, an 8 p.m. kickoff for fans in Atlanta, and this one's going to be all about evaluations. This is the final audition. This is when guys fighting for their NFL dreams step onto the field and give it everything they've got. It's not about the stars, it's about the sleepers, the hidden gems, the rookies, the long shots. After that game, the Falcons coaching staff will start making tough cuts. First to 70 players, then all the way down to 53. That's when reality hits. That's when dreams are either made or ended. And don't forget, every single preseason game is on a Friday night. The first two are at Mercedes-Benz Stadium on August 8th and August 15th, both at 7 p.m. Then it's on to Dallas on August 22nd, 8 p.m. Eastern. But listen, don't get too hyped or too down about how the team looks in these games. The preseason isn't about the scoreboard, it's about finding hidden talent. It's football's version of American Idol, except instead of singers, we're searching for the next breakout player who's hungry to prove they belong. And now, let's talk about the future of this franchise. Michael Penix Jr., our new rookie quarterback, opened up to the media at OTAs, and what he revealed made headlines. Penix talked about spending time with none other than Falcons legend Matt Ryan. And yes, that connection was made possible by Raheem Morris himself. That right there speaks volumes. Raheem didn't just bring in a rookie quarterback and wish him luck. He made sure Penix was learning from one of the greatest players in Falcons history. He set up a moment that could change Penix's career. a one-on-one connection with a former NFL MVP and a future Hall of Famer. Matt Ryan, aka Matty Ice, still means a lot to this organization. Owner Arthur Blank loves him, the fans respect him, and clearly so does Raheem Morris. Even though it hurt to see Ryan traded to the Colts a few years back, the love has never left. But now, it's time to turn the page. It's Michael Penix's time. And the fact that Matty Ice is showing support? That should tell you something. The Falcons are all in on Penix. The coaches believe, the veterans believe, and now the question is, will the fans believe too? Falcons fans, are you ready for the new era? Do you believe in Michael Penix Jr. as the future of this team? And which young player are you most excited to see in the preseason? Sound off in the comments, rate your confidence in the rookies, and tell us who you think will be the breakout star this summer. Let's build this thing together, because the road to greatness starts right now. Football on fire. Falcons fans, if you're still not fired up about Michael Penix Jr., just wait until you hear this. When Penix was asked what he learned from Falcons legend Matt Ryan, his answer said it all. Penix said it wasn't just about football, it was about learning how to be a true professional. He said Matt taught him to be accountable, to build strong connections with teammates, and to show up every single day with the right mindset. That's the kind of wisdom you can't get from a playbook. And honestly, who better to learn from than the greatest quarterback in Falcons history? Let's be real. Matt Ryan might not be the flashiest QB we've ever had, but when it comes to success, leadership, and toughness, there's nobody above him in Falcons history. Yes, Michael Vick brought the electricity, he changed the game. But Matt Ryan, he gave us consistency, he gave us wins, he gave us an MVP season and a Super Bowl run. So if you still think Vick was better than Ryan, sorry, but you're ignoring the facts. When you stack their full careers side by side, Matty Ice stands on top, and it's not even close. And now, even though he's no longer in uniform, Matt Ryan is still giving back to the Falcons. He's popping in and out of the building, between his CBS TV work and family life, just to help this rookie quarterback prepare for the biggest challenge of his life. And that speaks volumes, because becoming a starting NFL quarterback, that's not just about making big throws, it's about learning how to carry yourself like a leader, in the locker room, on the practice field, and in front of the entire world. Atlanta's spotlight is bigger than anything Penix saw at Washington, and thanks to Matt Ryan, he's getting early lessons on how to handle it, how to stay focused, stay humble, and stay sharp when the pressure comes crashing down. Some things in football you can teach, like footwork, timing, reads, but others, like instinct, like knowing when to speak and when to lead, that takes time. That takes experience. That's what Matt Ryan is passing down. And honestly, I love it. I love that Matt is helping. I love that Raheem Morris made this happen. I love that Penix is listening and learning, soaking it all in like a sponge. This is how great franchises build quarterbacks. This is how you create a true leader. Not just a player, but a face of the franchise. And who knows, maybe one day, 10 or 15 years from now, when Penix has written his own Falcons legacy, maybe he'll pay it forward too. Maybe he'll be the one helping the next young star get ready for the spotlight. That's what real greatness looks like. That's how you build a dynasty. Falcons fans, how do you feel about Matt Ryan mentoring Michael Penix Jr.? Do you think Penix has what it takes to become the next great Falcons quarterback? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and let's settle the debate once and for all. Matt Ryan or Michael Vick? Who's your GOAT QB in Falcons history? Sound off. Let your voice be heard. The future is being built right now, and you're a part of it.